It's time for Helping Seniors of Brevard. Carrie Fink is off today on assignment. Filling in for Carrie is Nancy Deardorff. Hi, Nancy.
Well, hi, John Harper. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Thanks.
El Presidente, should I say? John Harper, our proud president of Helping Seniors of Brevard. We're so happy to be here. Thank you for welcoming me. I'm your host today, Nancy Deardorff, with Helping Seniors of Brevard, in for Carrie Fink. And I have my guest today, who's Jerry Hadlock with Medicare Solutions. And we're going to talk about Medicare, original Medicare versus Medicare Advantage plans, and find out what plan you might be thinking is right for you and how you can get in touch with Jerry for more guidance. It's a very confusing situation for people. So, Jerry, welcome.
Welcome. Well, thank you. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem. Doing great.
Good. We're so happy to have you here today. And Jerry Hadlock, not only are you a proud supporter of Helping Seniors of Brevard, and thank you for donating towards our car raffle, but you're one of our business sponsors. Pardon me, we're having there we go. As much as I like the song, it was hard to hear. So thank you. Jerry Hadlock works with Medicare Advantage plans, and we're going to talk to him today and try to smooth out some of the confusion that goes along with Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans. And, of course, it's open enrollment time, so it's a good time for people to educate themselves, and if you've been educated before, to re-educate, because things change, Jerry, right? Every year.
True.
A lot changes.
Yes.
So let's get into it. I want to talk about, first of all, what does an insurance agent like yourself, an insurance agent or broker like yourself do?
I help people navigate the maze of Medicare, help them figure out if it's a great idea to have an Advantage plan or maybe a Medigap or a supplement plan. Also help them figure out what drug plan they should have. There can be quite a bit of work in navigating them. But with a good list of doctors and a good list of medications, I can figure it out quite quickly.
Yeah, and it is, you said the perfect word, a maze. It is a maze. It's very confusing for people.
Okay.
And, of course, most people out there, I'm sure, are looking for what plan is financially the most cost-effective for them while providing the best options for them as far as health care, doctors, facilities, of course, prescription drug plans. Now, do you handle any type of insurance, or are you specific to Medicare?
Just Medicare. I've been doing it for about 17 years now.
Wonderful, and that's good to know. So you specialize in Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans. And what plans do you work with?
Well, I can't really discuss the names of the plans. I just say whatever's at Medicare.gov. Typically, I'm an agent for them.
Right.
And I can help you navigate which one. And it really comes down to your network doctors, what plan they take, and your medications.
Right. And for those of you who don't know, there's very strict rules when it comes to folks like Jerry and what you can discuss and what you can't discuss. Correct. There can't really be any advertisements or promotion of one plan over the other. But you kind of do it all. So you can guide people to the right choice. And I want to, I'll repeat this a few times. Your office is located over on Babcock Street in Melbourne,
correct.
32935 area, 478 Babcock Street to be specific.
Yep.
And your phone number for folks, if they want to get a hold of you, is what?
321-720-4526. That office you described,
yes,
it's locked down like Fort Knox, so I have to be there to let you into the office.
Oh, I'm sure, yes. Yeah. So that's what people would call you on to make an appointment. Can you repeat that number one more time?
Sure, 321-720-4526.
Okay. Yeah. So how much does it cost for someone to have a consultation or meeting with you?
That's zero. Nothing.
You know what? I don't know if everybody knows that, but there's hardly anything today that's free.
That's true.
So be able to sit with an expert like yourself and have you help them navigate through the myriad of choices for free is a wonderful thing.
Correct.
So you have no skin in the game as far as what plan someone chooses. It's total freedom of choice.
Correct.
But hopefully it's informed choice. So you'll educate them, and then they get to choose whether they stay with original Medicare or if a plan, Medicare Part C plan, is right for them.
Correct.
Now, Jerry, do you meet people in their home, or does a person have to come into your office?
No, I've done both. In fact, after this meeting here, I'm heading to Palm Bay to meet somebody at their house.
That's a wonderful service, because a lot of our seniors probably have trouble either with transportation
Yes.
or getting to your office would be an extreme effort. So that's wonderful to know.
Yes.
So I guess I want to start where, can you give a brief overview of Original Medicare,
Okay.
what it is, what it covers, and how Original Medicare differs from a Medicare Advantage plan, which is also known as a Part C plan?
Okay. I'll give you.
I know that's a long.
That is a lot.
That's hard to make brief, but
Yeah.
just give our listeners a little bit of an overview of Original Medicare versus Medicare Part C.
Okay, I'll start it this way. I've met people in the past that they have original Medicare only, and they have a little standalone drug plan. I don't think they understand the down the road that could be very expensive, because there is no max. There's no cap on original Medicare. So if I got sick and I'm continually seeing doctors and getting labs and MRIs, everywhere I go I pay some type of percentage or a copay, and it never stops. Where an Advantage plan, they usually have what they call a max out of pocket. And
Okay.
it can vary from different plans. And all that means is what I pay out of my pocket for doctors and hospitals, if I hit this magic number, then the plan takes over and I pay nothing in the future.
So when you say doctors and hospitals, you mentioned imaging. That would include imaging?
Everything.
Like CT scans, MRIs? Okay.
But keep in mind that max out of pocket is what comes out of my pocket or the individual. It's not what. So I've had people in the past, I'll never forget, a guy calls me and he says, well, one day in the hospital I'll hit that max out of pocket. I said, no, that may be what the bill shows, but that is not what you paid as a copay to be in that hospital.
Right.
That's what goes towards the max out of pocket.
Okay, so that's important for people to
Yes.
to consider.
Correct.
So what does Original Medicare cover, and what is a Medicare Part C plan or Advantage plan, and what does it cover?
Well, ironically, an Advantage plan has to cover what Medicare does. They just do it with networks of doctors and hospitals. Usually, you got to stay in that network. Where Original Medicare, there is no network. I can go anywhere I want to go. As long as a doctor takes Medicare, I can go there.
Okay.
But like I said before, it can be expensive down the road, especially if I'm sick. So the way I look at it is, instead of just Original Medicare by itself, an Advantage plan is a step above that because of the max out of pocket.
Right.
Mainly. Meaning if I got sick as a dog, the max I would pay is a percent, a number in that year.
Right.
Then it would be done. A step above that, if someone can afford it or wanted to look at it, would be a Medigap or a Medicare supplement plan, like a G as in go. And G, there is no max out of pocket. As long as I'm paying the premiums for the Medigap, I can go to as many doctors as I want, many times as I want. Once I pay the $257 deductible for the Medigap plan, I pay nothing going forward.
So a Medigap policy goes with Original Medicare, correct?
That is correct.
Not with an Advantage plan.
No, you can't have both. It's either one or the other. And I've met people where they did that by mistake because the one doesn't cancel out the other.
Okay.
So you need to, and an agent could get in trouble if they did that on purpose, but I've never run into that.
Right.
So a Medigap, just think of it as it follows where Medicare goes. And Medicare goes throughout the entire country. So if a doctor takes Original Medicare, they're going to take the Medigap, no matter who that company is.
Okay. So I know that Medicare Part A, Original Medicare I'm talking about, from my experience as a registered nurse in home care, we had to know a little something about Original Medicare for sure. I know that Part A Medicare is considered what they call hospital insurance.
That's true.
And it covers hospitalizations, it covers home care.
Correct.
If you have original, a lot of people don't know, if you have Original Medicare and you qualify for skilled home care, there is, in home care anyway, there is no copay or deductible. But Medicare home care, Original Medicare home care for skilled home care is limited. It's only for a period of time. And it also covers hospice care, correct?
That's true.
Okay. And then Medicare Part B under Original Medicare, what does that cover?
So the way I look at it, Medicare Part B is really everything outside of hospital, skilled nursing, like doctors, labs, outpatient surgeries. Those all fall under Part B of Original Medicare.
Okay. Does Part B cover durable medical equipment like wheelchairs, hospital beds in the home?
They do. It's usually a percentage of some sort. They call that dual medical equipment. Yes.
Yes.
They do cover it. Yes.
And does somebody who has Original Medicare, do they have to have Part B?
Yes. You got to have A. Well, if you're going to have, let's go back a little bit. I've never met people that just have A as an apple. They usually have A and B. By the way, they penalize you later on, especially in your first new to Medicare. If you don't get Part B and or get a D as in David, a drug plan, there's usually a small penalty that'll follow you.
And that's permanent?
Yes. Doesn't go away.
So it's best when you sign up for Original Medicare that you get your Part B and D?
Correct.
Along with that at the same time.
Absolutely.
And what is the Part B premium that people have to pay?
Right now it's $185
per month? Mm-hmm. And how do they pay that? Do they send a bill in, or how do they pay that $185?
If they're on Social Security, it'll automatically be deducted out of their Social Security.
Okay.
If they're not on Social Security, then they'll bill the person every 90 days, every 3 months.
Okay, I understand. And what for, I imagine it's the same for, is the qualifications to qualify for Medicare the same as a Advantage plan for Original? In other words, you have to work
Yes.
So much. What is that criteria?
40 quarters or 10 years in the U.S.
Okay.
Where you paid into the system through your FICO taxes, and you got to have, like I said, 40 quarters. You'll get Part A, and then you get Part B. I have met people in the past; they're just shy of it.
Yes.
And my goodness, it's not a cheap little adventure.
Right.
No.
So I imagine this is not the majority of our listening audience, but back in my home care days, I remember. We got educated that a foreign-born person, for instance, that has not worked long enough to earn Medicare Part A may purchase Part B. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and I imagine that's expensive.
Yeah, a few years ago, I was quoted almost $500 a month.
Wow.
That was years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
So, for sure, with Original Medicare, if someone's going to choose that option, we're going to get more into where that might be the better option for people versus an Advantage plan and vice versa. Okay. But it's good to sign up for your Original Medicare at the same exact time you sign up for Part B and your Part D, which is your drug plan.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are the different kinds of Medicare Advantage plans? I guess I should ask first, how many Advantage plans are there at least in the state of Florida?
Oh, my God. There's lots.
Yeah.
There's probably 100.
In the state of Florida alone?
Yeah, especially you go South Florida.
Yeah.
My God, I had a guy down there. He was down South Florida, so I typed in the zip code. There had to have been, just in that one zip code, probably 25 companies I never heard of.
Right.
I'm like, my goodness, look at all this.
Right.
But they were the plans were super competitive down there.
Right.
So, because there's so many companies, I kind of get it.
Oh, and I imagine it just adds to the confusion for people.
Oh, it made me confused, and I've been doing this for years.
Well, and I've known you for years, and I've been educated on Medicare and Original and Medicare Advantage plans, and from good folks like yourself, and I'm still confused about it. I'm not quite the age for Medicare, but when I get there, I'm going to need to re-educate myself, not only because of the changes that happen,
right,
but it's very hard to remember all of it. So I, for sure, when I get there, I'm going to be sitting down with somebody like yourself to guide me through, that's for sure.
Right.
And you said you work with the majority of plans.
Yes.
I imagine they're the more larger, well-known plans, not the obscure ones that you were referencing.
Correct.
Can you talk to our folks about how does a person determine, and obviously I'm going to recommend to anybody, I'm going to digress for a moment. We at Helping Seniors of Brevard, we have a large network of providers, and these are business owners and people that we know and that we trust. So when you call Helping Seniors and you say, I need help finding an elder care attorney, I need help finding somebody to help me decide on my Medicare plan, and a host of a variety of other issues that face seniors, we're going to guide you to good folks like Jerry.
Right.
And the reason that I think it's important that you call us so we can guide you in the right direction is because everybody that supports helping seniors, like Jerry Hadlock with Medicare Solutions, puts back into their community. Mm-hmm. You don't have to support us, Jerry, but you do. Yeah. You're a sponsor, and that comes out of your pocket. You donate to helping seniors to keep us going, and so do all our network, the businesses in our network, and we can't thank you enough. So the providers that we have, the business owners that we have in our network, are showing their community that we're not just taking and taking and taking. We're giving back to the community because we care about seniors. And we can't thank you enough for that. We at Helping Seniors of Brevard would not exist if it weren't for major fundraisers like our car raffle we're going to talk about towards the end of the show, which was a success this year, but generous donors and business sponsors like yourself. So again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Now, this is a loaded question.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm going to recommend that somebody sit down with you, not only just once, but yearly. Have a, put your fingers on the pulse, have a checkup like you will, just like you go to your doctor for your wellness. Go to your Medicare insurance person and do a checkup. What plan do you have? Is it going to work for you going into the following year?
Correct.
So we're talking today during open enrollment, which is what dates, Jerry?
It started October 15th to December the 7th.
Through December the 7th. Okay. So we're partially into that. So now is the time to make an appointment and sit down and talk to someone, find out what is changing, and find out if the current plan you have is still going to work for you the best it can going forward. So when someone sits down with you, how does a person, first I'll start with this, how does a person determine which is right for them, original Medicare or an Advantage plan?
I do it a little different than most agents.
Okay.
So when I meet with somebody, I kind of first show them a Medigap or a supplement plan. And there are different plans. There's like a...
Which goes with original Medicare.
That's correct.
Okay.
So it follows Medicare. That's one reason why I kind of look at that first. There's no network, no referral. You go anywhere you want. And there's a couple of Medigap plans or companies. There'll be a Plan K, which a lot of people don't know about, but it's very inexpensive. And there's companies that will allow you sometimes to switch from a K to a G to an N, even during if you're sick or you're already getting treatment.
Now, a lot of this is Greek to me. Okay. What is Medicare K, Medicare G, and Medicare N?
Okay.
N as in Nancy, correct?
Right. So, N as in Nancy.
Okay. What are those?
All right. So it's a little tricky. Think of K as 50% coverage.
Okay.
Think of N and G. There are full coverage. Well, I'm not going to say K isn't full coverage also, but you pay copays as you use K.
Okay.
Okay. Where G and N, all you pay is a one-time deductible of $257. Especially with G, after that you owe nothing further. With N, you pay a $20 copay to see doctors. Also with N and K, they don't cover excess charges. And all that means is the doctor doesn't take Medicare, which is super rare.
Right.
Hardly ever see an excess charge at all. And what I do is I go to Medicare.gov and I check to see if the provider is there, and then it tells me right on the site if they don't take Medicare. There'll be a big red X or a check mark in red saying beware.
Right.
Where...
And I imagine that is very rare. But there's a rise in popularity of what they call concierge medicine.
Yes.
Where someone basically, and you correct me if I'm explaining this not correctly, concierge medicine is where someone typically does not take insurance or Medicare, which is insurance as well, and a person signs up for, say, a membership, and they pay a fee. And then for that fee during that year, they get to see that doctor as many times as they want, correct?
Yeah, that's what I understand of it. It's almost like you have quicker access to a doctor through that concierge.
And I imagine that's extremely expensive and has its disadvantages. But nevertheless, when you sit down with someone, you're educating them not only on A and B and C, which is Medicare Advantage plan, but the G, the K, and the N, right? So they can, and the Medigap, so they can make an informed decision.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So a Medigap and a Medicare supplement are the same thing. It's just ironic. Medicare calls them Medigap, and the outside world calls it a Medicare supplement. But they're the same.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, because it is confusing when people can change jargon.
Yes.
so that people know that it's the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So tell me more. So you start with original Medicare and Medigap.
Yes.
And then I imagine you get a history from the person, what medications they're on,
That's right.
health conditions, and this is all private.
Yes.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
But you can help determine what plan, original versus a Medicare Advantage plan, may be more advantageous for them based on certain things like how many prescription medication and what, not just how many, but which prescriptions they're on.
That's correct.
Because there's some prescriptions out there that are awfully expensive.
There is. There is very yes.
So are there particular life circumstances or lifestyles where original Medicare would be the better option for someone versus a Medicare Advantage plan, and then vice versa? Under what circumstance may a Medicare Advantage plan be the best option for someone?
Okay, well, it's kind of a hard question, but I do my best here.
Okay.
So if someone goes with original Medicare and a Medigap, let's say it's a Plan G, they do have to pick up a separate drug plan, a D as in David,
okay,
to go along with that. That can be an extra expense or it could be no expense. Just depends on the drug plan.
Okay.
Okay. They can go anywhere they want, like I mentioned before. Now, if they go with an Advantage plan, no matter who it is, it's a network of doctors and hospitals. In the Advantage plan, the private insurance company becomes their Medicare. So all the claims go to the private insurance company. It doesn't go to original Medicare anymore.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's why you'll see Advantage plans, and it could be totally different networks. One doctor could take one Advantage plan and another doctor take a totally different one.
Right.
They could be night and day. It's pretty amazing how vast that can be.
Right.
Where that's why when I first sit down with somebody, I kind of lean towards a Medigap, like we'd mentioned, only because the ability, I can go anywhere I want.
So maybe a healthier snowbird, or someone who travels
yes.
either within the country or internationally, who likes to travel a lot.
Yes.
Maybe, and we're saying that, maybe, folks, maybe original Medicare is better for you because you have freedom anywhere you go. There's no prior authorization.
Nope.
So again, folks, for her listening, we say maybe.
True.
Would you agree with that?
I agree. It is all about the person's circumstances, their lifestyle, like you'd said, what medications they may be on. And if they are going to travel outside of the country, G kind of has a little bit of foreign travel. It's not super spectacular. I usually tell people, go get travel insurance along with your Medicare.
Yeah, it's all encompassing, really. It's
really
you got to look at the person as a whole. Lifestyle, medications,
yes.
Diseases and conditions,
yes.
That kind of thing. What about somebody who is on a lot of prescription medications and or very expensive prescription medications? What's coming to mind, Jerry, is a family member that I had dementia and was on the Exelon patch,
yes.
which was out of this world expensive. For somebody who's on a lot of prescription medications or very expensive ones, is there any advantage or disadvantage to original Medicare versus an Advantage plan?
Well, so keep in mind now, the new Part D drug plans have a max of $2,100 going into next year, $2,100. So if someone's on expensive meds, they're going to hit that fairly quick.
Okay. So, Jerry, I can't believe that it's halfway through our show, but it is time for a break.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. We're going to talk more about when somebody's on a lot of prescription or expensive prescription medications when we come back from the break.
Okay.
It's Helping Seniors of Brevard. I'm John Harper. Let's get back to more of the program with Nancy Deardorff filling in for Kerry Fink. Kerry is on some type of an assignment. He'll be back next week. And Nancy, we had a great time last Sunday at the American Muscle Car Museum and the big event that took place there, and we did very well.
We did, and I'm going to talk about that more. I want to wrap it up with Jerry, and then I want to talk to our listeners all about our wonderful car raffle that we had. Thank you to you and Jim for volunteering to man our 50/50 booth. It was certainly a great time. More coming up on that. But returning with my guest, Jerry Hadlock with Medicare Solutions, we were talking about if somebody is on a lot of prescription medications or very expensive ones, is there original Medicare or Medicare Advantage plan a better choice for them?
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah. The way I do it, I actually use Medicare's website usually. I'll put the meds in, and I'll compare it with a standalone drug plan versus a Medicare Advantage plan.
Right.
And sometimes the Advantage plan, they have the drugs are a little bit cheaper than a standalone prescription drug plan.
Right.
But not all the time. Only it happens like Eliquis at times is a little cheaper. It just depends on the Advantage plan.
So what I'm hearing is it's very individual.
Yes, it
it's
is.
It's very much based on an individual's lifestyle, health conditions, wants and needs. Some people absolutely want to keep their doctor.
Yes.
Some people absolutely don't want pre-authorization for certain things. Other people are looking for the financially most cost-effective for them. Mm-hmm. So it's very individual. And that's what you do when you sit down with someone, either in their home or they make an appointment to come to your office.
That's correct.
And I just want to clarify, it's open enrollment right now, but there are different enrollment periods, I hear. Can you explain briefly what those different enrollment periods are and when they would be appropriate for what circumstance?
So right now we're in actually what they call AEP, annual enrollment.
Okay.
And it goes from October 15th to December the 7th. There will be another period coming up, goes from January 1st to March 31st. That allows you to kind of look around again and make changes. And sometimes you can go from MA to MA.
What's MA? Medicare Advantage.
Correct.
Okay.
They'll call it MAPD, and all that means is Medicare Advantage with prescription drugs.
Okay. A lot of acronyms out there.
I think they hire somebody. That's all they do all day long.
Sometimes I have to look up what does this mean in an acronym because there is so we're speaking and writing in acronyms anymore. So there is more than one period to make changes.
Yes.
Okay.
But AEP, like right now, you can change anything you want as many times as you want. I mean, you can go from one Advantage plan to another over and over.
Right.
But December the 7th, that's the deadline. And whatever plan you're on, that's the one you're going to have for next year.
Right.
Going into 26.
And for people who may experience a move, so let's say it's outside of annual enrollment period, which we're calling AEP.
Right.
And you have a snowbird, and they decide to move full-time to Florida.
Okay.
And the plan is, should they meet with you and talk about if their plan that maybe they got up north works for them if they're a permanent resident, and can they change it with a circumstance like a move?
Yep, I'm going to say yes, yes, and yes.
Okay.
So here's the way it happens. So if I'm on a Medicare Advantage plan, say I'm in New Jersey and I want to move to Florida, then I need to look at the Advantage plans in Florida because that one is not going to follow you.
Right.
Because they're all done by areas, zip codes, and counties.
Gotcha.
And then they call that an SCP. We just mentioned acronyms. They love that one too. Special enrollment period because I moved.
Special enrollment period, SEP.
Yes.
So there is more than one opportunity based on circumstances. But
Correct.
Bottom line, what I want people to understand is it's important to get yourself educated through someone like Jerry and make an informed choice of what plan may be best for you, original versus Medicare Advantage plan. And if it's an Advantage plan, which Advantage plan works the best for you. And it's important to review that annually.
I agree.
Make sure it still works for you. Jerry Hadlock with Medicare Solutions, thank you so much for being my guest.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. And you know what, Jerry, I want to talk about our 9th annual Helping Seniors of Brevard car raffle that we just had. And unfortunately, you missed out because you were traveling.
Yes.
But you did support it, so thank you so much. So it was, so Jerry, I'm talking to you as much as our listeners because you asked me right first thing, how did it go?
Right.
And our 9th annual Helping Seniors of Brevard car raffle fundraiser, which is our major fundraiser for the year. It keeps us going. It took place on Sunday, October 26th at the American Muscle Car Museum, and it was a fantastic event. We had food trucks, we had music, we had a huge outdoor classic car show. First time ever, we had a trunk or treat for the kids. It was a kid family-friendly event, and kids were free into the museum with each adult ticket holder. And then, of course, People who donated for a ticket got to come in the museum and see the ever-growing, wonderful collection of cars and memorabilia inside the American Muscle Car Museum. And it never ceases to amaze me, no matter how many times I see it. It's ever-changing.
Right.
And we at Helping Seniors of Brevard, we really want to extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who donated for a ticket. And it was a donation,
right.
So you gave. And whether you were able to make it out to our event, or you just donated for a ticket and you were unable to come out, each of you who donated help keep our nonprofit going so we can continue our mission, which is to provide information, education, advocacy, and resources to improve the lives of seniors here in Brevard County.
Yep.
We were started back in 2011, Jerry, by our late founder, Joe Steckler. Joe Steckler and our radio host, John Harper, go way back. John Harper, how far back do you go with Joe Steckler?
Well, we go back to the days in which he started the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation, and that was around believe it or not, 1992.
Wow. Yeah, you go back a long time with Joe. I miss him. I don't know about you, but I miss Joe.
Yeah, we all do, sure.
And I'm so happy that you're our president. You had big shoes to fill, rather, and you're filling them very well. We are so happy, those of us at Helping Seniors and our board, to have you as our president.
But it's a good organization, and our staff, everybody involved, the board. Everybody, we've got some good people going around here.
We have a great group of people, John, and it's not just our board, not just you as our president of the board, our executive director, Karen Warnlin. There's a lot of people that go into making Helping Seniors work. Our donors, our business sponsors.
That's what made last Sunday so successful. As I looked around the room, Jim Vulture and myself were in the front, the center, as people walked in. I know you were on the side, and you were going crazy with
in a good way.
Yeah,
in a good way.
With so much activity.
We had such a great turnout, didn't we, John?
We did, and as I looked around, it was like a finely tuned orchestra.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing their thing. Everything was working out perfectly. We had no major problem. We didn't have any problems.
Yeah, it was really fun. Well, we had a little rain at the beginning, and the weather that day was horrible. And during our car raffle, the weather cleared up, and that was just. That was Father above, as far as I'm concerned.
Intervention.
It was divine intervention.
It was Joe Steckler and Terry Steckler.
Yes. Somehow,
you mean Saint Terry Steckler?
Saint Terry. Exactly, Jim.
She was beatified when I first met Joe.
Absolutely.
And then after 2 weeks with Joe, I figured she had to be a saint.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And for sure, the weather cleared up. Everybody had a great time. What a great turnout. We're just so happy. And we want to, again, on behalf of myself and our executive director, our president, John Harper, our board of directors, and all of us, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who donated for a ticket. Again, whether you came out to the museum or not, by donating for a ticket, you contributed to Helping Seniors of Brevard being able to continue what we do. And it's so important, John Harper. There is another nonprofit in the Brevard County area that serves seniors solely, but you have to qualify for services. So as far as qualify or not having to qualify, Helping Seniors of Brevard, to my knowledge, is the only nonprofit completely dedicated to seniors where you don't have to qualify for our help or information. Do you know, John Harper and Jim, we took 4,000 calls last year on our senior information line.
That's incredible.
It is.
That really is amazing, and Our staff handled them with grace and dignity.
Yes.
Got the information that the callers needed.
Yes.
And it was a job well done, a year well done.
Yes. And, a lot of people ask, well, helping seniors, what do you do? How do you help?
And Joe Steckler said one thing to me a long time ago.
What was that, Jim?
Information is power, and seniors need information.
I say that information is knowledge, knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe is all about getting education and information out to seniors, which is what we do a lot of, and trying to get seniors to develop their own aging plan, because it's much better to have a things happen in life. You don't want them to, but you need a plan B in case something happens. It's so much better to plan for something and have it not happen than not plan for something and something happens. Now you're having to make decisions in crisis mode. So you're absolutely right.
And that's not a good position to be in.
It's terrible. It limits your choices.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you always want to have options.
Yes. I would be remiss if I didn't say a special thanks to Mark Pylock, the owner of the wonderful American Muscle Car Museum, for opening his amazing museum for our event. Thank you, Mark, to you and your staff and your volunteers who helped make this year's event so successful. And our deepest gratitude to AJ Hires, who makes not one, not two, not three, but 7 cars available, all from Boniface Hires dealerships, available to our lucky winner to choose from. And our late founder, Joe Steckler and AJ Hires, also go way back many, many years. And, well, we wouldn't have a car for the car raffle if it wasn't for AJ. So thank you, AJ Hires, for your long-time continuous support and generosity. We're truly grateful.
Did you have an opportunity, Nancy, to go back into the museum and check it out?
Yes.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing. I did actually before the event began, because we were there early. So we got set up, and then it's really the only opportunity that I have to take a look at this.
It's unreal.
It's unreal. It's unbelievable. And Mark Pylock is, he's so, what's the word? He's so philanthropic. He supports, the American Muscle Car Museum is not open to the public. He only opens it for charitable events. And he, as much as we want to make our event a success, and he made that happen. His museum is a great venue to have that.
And he already invited us back for next year.
He did. We have a date for next year.
Yeah.
I believe it's Sunday, October 26th. There'll be more to come on that. And again, I want to shout out to all of our vendors, all of our volunteers, our staff for making our 9th annual car raffle fundraiser a grand success. Thank you to our executive director, Carrie Fink, who worked nonstop along with myself over the last year. Thank you, Carrie, for all your hard work and dedication.
You guys put a lot into it.
We did. We worked a lot of weekends.
A lot of weekends, yep.
Yeah, well worth it. Got to meet some great people. I, too, want to thank Karen Warnland. She is our center director and a board member, and she worked hard all year long. Thank you, Karen, not only for the car raffle and all the work you put in, but your dedication all year long. We really appreciate it. She's also our senior care navigator, who, along with her volunteers, answers the phone and guides people in the right direction.
As we said earlier, they do a great job and
absolutely
navigating through the maze of different things, different questions that people have, and we really appreciate what Karen and her staff do every day.
Very much so. And you know what? All those phone calls, 4,000 last year, just goes to prove one thing. That's how much we're needed. And helping seniors of Brevard only exists based on generous donations, business sponsorship, our fundraisers like the car raffle, bequests. So thank you so much. I also want to thank Tammy Fink. She worked the back office for tickets, and she worked so hard and diligently handling our ticket order process, which is not easy, by the way. And she made it look easy, but it's not. So thank you, Tammy Fink. And I absolutely want to congratulate our winners. Tom and Patty Cabana of Melbourne were the winners of our 9th annual Car Raffle 2025. We do not know which car they picked yet, but more to come on that. I also want to thank Helping Seniors President John Harper. Thank you for all that you do for our organization. We're so proud to have you as our president. And this station, WEJF 90.3 FM. And thank you, too, for your all your public service announcements, John. Yeah. We really appreciate that. And I think that puts us over the top, getting the word out about our car raffle. I really do.
I think it does. And by the way, speaking of thanking people, and you mentioned Jim Veltro.
Absolutely, Jim, and Eric, and everybody involved.
And Jim was he was working on those tickets over the entire day of the event. And
I also brought my senior muscle car. Nobody was impressed, though. Nobody was impressed.
You did. I saw it. I was impressed.
Yeah, well, I was going to paint, flames by the wheels or something. But
Jim Votro, you and John did a fantastic job with the 50-50 raffle, and I can't remember the exact total, but the winner of the 50-50 raffle walked away with
$950.
Yeah, close to $1,000.
$987, I think.
Yeah. So that's another thing we have at the event. Yeah. That you have to be present to win.
Yeah.
The car you don't have to be present to win.
So we were bubbling right around $2,000.
Fantastic.
In the raffle. I also want to thank the people at the Beach radio station for airing all of the announcements.
98.5 The Beach.
And also on their AM station, their country station. They did a great job on that as well.
WIXC,
1060.
Right? Yeah, WXC.
Yeah, on I Am Country, as they call it.
Yeah.
And they did a great job as well for us.
Well, I second that. Thank you so much to 98.5 The Beach. And what's the AM station again?
It's 1060. It's classic country, and it's called I Am Country.
I Am Country. Well, thank you.
If you are a big country music fan, you'll enjoy their country AM and FM, 105.5 FM as well.
Yeah.
And they do a great job.
Fantastic.
I'm very impressed with them.
How long do I have, John? I want to go over...
You got time.
Okay. I want everybody to keep on the lookout for the December issue of Senior Scene magazine. Helping Seniors of Brevard is in the center section. And our December magazine is going to is a special edition all dedicated to the car raffle and tributes to all that those who contributed and donated for our car raffle. So if you didn't get a chance to make it out, or you did and you want to see a recap of that, we're going to have pictures, a very special December edition dedicated to our very successful 2025 car raffle. And I wanted to go over some calendar events for folks. I did a speaking engagement yesterday at an over 55 community, and as I do quite often, a lot of people ask me, how do we know what's coming up and what's going on? So I'm going to go over those now and tell you how you can keep up with the calendar. First of all, you can always go to www.helpingseniorsofbrevard.org and take a look at our calendar there of events. Senior Scene Magazine also has a full calendar of events of not just Helping Senior, but other organizations around Brevard County. And for our calendar coming up, join us Wednesday, November 12th, for the Red, White, and Blue Mega Senior Expo. Helping Seniors will be there at the Melbourne Auditorium. That takes place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's great vendors, great exhibitors, and door prizes. It's an awesome opportunity for the public, for seniors to come out, visit a bunch of vendor tables and learn. It's not just about the giveaways and the door prizes. It's about learning what services are out there that maybe you don't need right now, but you might need in the future. So come on out. That's November 12th, Melbourne Auditorium from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join Helping Seniors of Brevard at our Senior Resource Center on Apollo Boulevard the fourth Thursday of every month, except for this month. It's on November 13th, because of Thanksgiving, is our Knowledge College for Aging and our Senior Wellness Series. Our Knowledge College Thursday, November 13th, begins at 10 a.m. with our speaker, Jackie Erickson, who will be talking about seniors and banking safely. She's with PNC Bank. Our Senior Wellness series, also on Thursday, November 13th, begins at 11 a.m. and features Dr. Lee Sheldon of Sheldon and Furtado, Solid Bite, and he will address, quote, not so fast on dental implants, end quote. So he's going to talk about how maybe you don't need implants. Sheldon and Furtado, Dr. Lee Sheldon, Senate President, he's all about making sure people get the teeth, mouth, dental care that they need, not anything more, not anything less. And he's all about preserving as much as he can your natural teeth. So come out for that. Join us Friday, November 14th for Senior Tech Talk out at our Senior Resource Center on Apollo Boulevard. That talks about all things tech. We go over smartphones. We go over everything seniors need to know to help navigate that. And that is Friday, November 14th from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. For those of you in North County, join us Friday, November 21st in Titusville for Helping Seniors of Brevard and AARP's Fraud Watch Networks, where we present Scam Jam. This is taking place at Addington Place in Titusville. It does require an RSVP. And more, you can get more information by calling Helping Seniors of Brevard at 321-473-7770. It's a very popular program, and for those of you that don't live in Titusville, fear not. In 2026, we're going to be taking our Scam Jam on the road throughout Brevard County to hit the different areas, South, Central, and North Brevard County, to reach as many seniors as we can, to educate about what scams are out there, how to avoid a scam, and very importantly, what to do if you fall victim to a scam. And then finally, January 24th, 2026, join us for our 4th annual Helping Seniors Foundation Cruise on MSC, which sails from Port Canaveral on a 7-night cruise with stops in Nassau, Bahamas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. This all-inclusive deal starts as low as $1,125 per person, double occupancy, and it's all-inclusive. It includes your cabin, port charges, beverage package, Wi-Fi, gratuities, and travel insurance. Terms and conditions apply, but this is a regular cruise. I've had people say, I don't want to go on an old person's cruise. It's a regular cruise. Helping Seniors just happens to be on it, and MSC donates a portion of however many cabins you book through Helping Seniors Foundation back to Helping Seniors. So our thanks to MSC. It's a fun time. This is our 4th annual. I've been on them. It's a great time for everybody, and it's all inclusive. You don't have to worry about tipping. It's all taken care of.
It's a great deal, Nancy. And you mentioned insurance?
It includes travel insurance. Now, there's terms and conditions apply. For instance, travel insurance is included for people under 80 years old. Okay, so you can talk to Chris Morse, who's at the head of our Helping Seniors of Brevard Travel Club, and he can explain more what to do if you're over 80. I'm sure there's insurance available, but it's probably not included in that price. But we specialize in helping seniors travel. A lot of people think, I'm a senior, I can't travel, and we're proving them wrong, because Chris Morse is a senior travel specialist. So if you have oxygen, if you're in a wheelchair, if you use a walker, we can prove to you that your travel days are not over. There's special accommodations. We have a travel expert, senior travel expert on board. You eat with the Helping Seniors crew. You can go off on your own if you want, and it's a lot of fun, and you meet people from all around.
It's a great way to travel. It's the only way to travel.
The only way to travel. It's safe, and it's fun, and, of course, Chris Morse expertise, and Betty, his partner Betty, make it fun and safe and doable for seniors no matter their circumstance.
It's going to be a great cruise.
It is. And more to come. I won't go into it a lot here, but more to come on future radio shows. For the first time ever, we're doing a Helping Seniors Travel Club cruise to Alaska that cruises out of Seattle, Washington.
Have you been to Alaska?
I have not. It's on my bucket list, and I'm going.
It's the best.
I'm going. It's
Alaska and Hawaii.
Yeah. Yes, that both on my bucket list.
I prefer Hawaii, please. I like warm weather.
I like chili. I love snow. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm originally from the Northeast, but I guess I like snow because I don't have to live in it. But our Alaska cruise is coming up in June 2026, so keep an eye on Senior Scene Magazine, this radio station, and consider that. Again, it's going to be great pricing. All-inclusive for the cruise with a variety of cabins to choose from. Alaska 2026. So that's the calendar.
Jim, have you been to Alaska?
Unfortunately, yes, I have. My teeth are still chattering.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I've never seen it.
It really is beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And I hear this June is a great time of year to go.
It is.
Yeah.
And the mosquitoes are as big as B-52s.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I would think not in Alaska.
No, they're huge. Do you remember them, Jim?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, they really are. They're like birds.
What?
Seriously, they're like birds.
Well, I'm not looking forward to that. I'll definitely bring my...
But that doesn't overshadow how great visiting the state of Alaska
Oh,
is.
yeah.
And
For that one, I'm getting a balcony room.
Absolutely.
If you like to
Yeah.
go fishing, it's great. You know, you can drop your line in, you grab a fish.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Well, not only am I going on the cruise, I'm sure I'll sign up for every shore excursion that they have, for sure.
Well, we're getting close to...
We are.
Boy, we sure are.
We sure are.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to my guest, Jerry Hadlock with